Have you ever really had a really, really bad, shitty day and you just think, you know what? I'm tired of it and I want that drink or I want that drug. Have you ever felt that way? Hi, my name's Dave and I'm from Rebuild After Recovery. And today we're just going to talk a little bit about having a bad day and I'm going to share something with you. So I was 1 year sober, about 1 year sober, and my mother had to have open heart surgery, and the chances of her pulling out of it was 50-50. And I hadn't been clean and sober too long, at least a year. And I was a complete wreck because at one time, my mother and I, we had a hate love relationship. But at this time, we were really close. And I had a sponsor, and he knew what hospital we were going to or what hospital she was in. And I was going down to the chapel, and I really, really wanted a drink just to get over everything. And I really didn't know what to do. And I said a little prayer. And about an hour later, when she was in surgery, my father was there, but I was really sort of not in good shape. And I wanted a drink, but I didn't want to drink. And one of the doctors or the nurses came in and they asked my father, "Your brother's downstairs." And my dad looked at me because my dad doesn't have a brother. They said, "Do you want him to come up?" Because I guess the floor we were on, nobody was allowed up there but family. So anyways, my dad said, "Yes, you can bring him up." And to my astonishment, my prayer was answered because I was saying a little prayer about my sponsor. And I said, "I wish somebody would come and sit with me." So his name was Roger. He's since passed away. But anyways, he came up and my dad didn't know who he was. But anyways, they played the part. My dad just sort of let on, "Oh, Roger, so thankful that you came here. And this is so good." So I didn't want to leave the hospital at the time. But anyways, Roger suggested that we go for a coffee and something to eat. So I didn't want to go, and I don't think I did go, but Roger went and got a coffee and whatever else for me. And it was funny because I said a little prayer and my prayer was answered that I wanted somebody to come and sit with me. So that was what happened to me. And I believe in my higher power. And if I say I pray about something, it usually happens. I didn't pick up that day anymore. My mother got through the operation. She was pretty sick for a couple of months. Sort of looked like a Cabbage Patch doll. She was all had tubes stick coming out of her, everything. But she made it through, and I made it through that day. But for the grace of God, here I am. So I hope you just maybe you can identify with this. And if you've been there, drop a yes in the comments and subscribe to my channel. And thank you very much for listening.